This Quaker State 400 DFS episode of the NASCAR Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Circa Sports. Circa Sports is back with Circa Survivor and Circa Millions contest. $14 million up for grabs. Get all the details at circasports.com.
Driver, start your engine!
Strap in and pull those belts up tight as the Sports Gambling Podcast Network presents the NASCAR Gambling Podcast.
I'll wreck my mom to win a championship. I'll wreck your mom to win a championship.
With all the news and the best bets for your NASCAR weekend.
It refrains me from not beating the out of you right now because you asked me stupid questions. But since I'm on probation, I suppose that's improper to say as well. If you could talk about racing things, we could talk about racing things.
Now, here are your hosts, Rod Villagomez and Cody Zeeb.
Well, now that was interesting. Not quite sure exactly what that was all about, but hey, welcome to the NASCAR Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's not only a super speedway episode in which we don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, we don't know what's going to happen in the broadcast as well, but thanks for joining us. He's Cody Zeeb. I'm Rod Villagomez. We're already off to a fantastic start in DFS. We are under caution before we even started.
That's pretty much what you can expect this weekend is the unexpected at Atlanta, right?
God bless America. It's like we're fine-tuned machine over here in this world of the NASCAR Gambling Podcast. But yes, of course, it is the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we are under the second of the Atlanta races of the season. So much to be expected out of this. So much chaos. We talked about it in the betting show. It's like, listen, do your best to play DFS, do your best to gamble, but understand you got to have some fun, and that's what this is all about. So don't go heavy. Don't bet all of your farm. Don't bet all of your whatever you got on this. Just go light and enjoy the race.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the same thing as the betting show, right? So if you haven't listened to that, you approach this weekend differently, and you do the same thing in DFS that you do in betting. You take it nice and easy. You go into this even more so than a normal week, expecting to lose it all and being happy if you get any return. It's going to be a crapshoot, right? It's literally, as you're going to see during this episode, random AF as far as who wins this, who, how things go, who scores a lot of points, who doesn't score a lot of points, who finishes the race, who doesn't finish the race. And you don't have to fill out your entire salary on DFS here. You can leave $1,000, $2,000, $6,000. Like, there's no number, no limit to how much money you can leave on the table and still build the winning lineup. It's makes it super fun because it doesn't matter how many computer generated optimal lineups you have in this race, because it doesn't matter. It's going to be just random as fuck, and that's what makes it fun. So it makes it tricky because there is not a set certain guys that, like, you can pretty much count on these guys. Yeah, there's some guys obviously that you can count on more than others, but everyone is open to get swept up in the chaos, and that's what makes it fun. Every single driver is on the table this weekend, and every single driver come through. Every single driver has the opportunity to score you the most points, and it's a fun weekend to build random lineups, a fun weekend to toss stuff out there. And, if you're like me and you like to watch that number go up and down, it will change 49 times every lap. And if you can't handle that, turn the phone off and put it in your pocket while you're watching.
So is the daughter picking numbers out of a hat this week for you on DFS? Is that her? She's
Absolutely.
Looking forward to the super speedway racing?
She loves super speedway racing. She's glad that there's 6 races this year instead of the normal 4. And yeah, it's I'll probably do it this evening actually. Take the entire, every car number that's in the race, put it inside the number 7 Corey LaJoy hat, because of course that's how we have to do it, and have her draw out random lineups. I enter those, and man, it's worked out for me in the past. I've won decent chunks of money off of her doing that, and that just shows you how random it is. Now, again, there's certain drivers you can target to build into lineups, and it's going to depend on some starting positions and stuff like that. But for the most part, this is random. If you're new to NASCAR DFS, good week to start, because nobody has an advantage in this one.
I don't know. There'll be people that tell you that they know exactly what's going to happen, but I think most of the people that don't know will admit it. They don't know, and so we're just going to have some fun while we do it. 260 laps around this 1.5 mile paved track for 400 miles. So there will be some laps led. There will be some place differential points to be had in this as well. So, yeah, I mean, strategy here is, hope you pick the right guy that leads the most laps, because it's not necessarily going to be somebody that runs away with this race. Last year, Joey Logano actually kind of poo-pooed that idea. He led 140 laps of this race, which was sort of an anomaly, especially, or I'm sorry, this spring rather, not last year, the last time they took this. But before that,
Chase Elliott did the same thing in the fall of
96.
last year.
Yeah.
And so I would say that is the one big difference in Atlanta compared to Daytona and Talladega, is someone that starts up front. If you can hit the right guy that leads the laps, but you are very, very much opening yourself to the risk of that guy running out and costing you all those place differential spots. So it's a big game of how much risk do you want to take. But if you can hit that Chase Elliott, if you can hit that Joey Logano that leads 90 some laps and gets the good finish, that's the key, right? And gets that good finish, then it can pay off for you. But it's a lot riskier, obviously, playing guys that start up front. So again, there's so many variables, even more so this week than any other week. Can't really look forward to fastest laps. Those will be spread throughout the field, throughout the day. You'll have guys up front getting fastest laps, guys in the middle of the pack getting fastest laps, guys in the back getting fastest laps. It'll be all over the place. So laps led, place differential, and of course, finishing position is going to be the most important thing, as per usual.
Indeed, and we'll get to that in a second, but I want to tell you right now about Circa Sports. Circa Sports and the Circa Millions and Circa Survivor are back. $14 million in guaranteed prizes are up for grabs. For the Circa Millions, you get 5 NFL picks against the spread each week you got to make. And for Circa Survivor, just like any other Survivor that you're used to, pick a different moneyline winner each week. Hope you survive till the end. Best part about this, you enter in Vegas. You can play from anywhere in the United States. It doesn't matter if there's legal betting there or not. All you got to do is just enter once when you're in Las Vegas, and then you can play all the rest of the time. If you're out there in the last weekend of August, you're going to meet Sean and Ryan from the Mothership, the main SGP Sports Gambling Podcast show. They'll be out there holding it down. You want more information on all of this, go to circasports.com. That is circasports.com. All right, Cody, because this is going to be a gigantic crapshoot, and we are just basically saying that we're going to be completely random with this, Cody, let's do something we've never done before. Let's be completely random with this, shall we?
If you are listening on the podcast, we appreciate that. But when it's safe to pull over and watch on YouTube, you definitely need to watch the remainder of this episode on YouTube.
You absolutely need to watch the rest of this on YouTube, because I'm telling you right now, we have pulled out the randomizer wheel for this episode. That means that we are giving you a chance we're going to spin this wheel, and we're going to make a case. We're going to spin it for 2, and then we're going to spin it for another 2, and we're going to give you the opportunity to defend and make a case for one of these drivers. We'll obviously give you his DK salary as well to go with it. That way, we're not necessarily, so it's not a high or low. It's just literally we're picking drivers and we're going with it. So we'll call out the number for sure. But if you're so inclined, you should probably want to watch this one. This will be fun. So Cody, are you ready to get random?
I'm ready. Let's get random, Rod.
Let's get random. Here we go. I'm going to click the first spin on this one, and Cody's going to make a case for whoever this lands on. The number spinning. I went from 1 to 99, took out all of the numbers that aren't in it, so we could get
you
one.
put in the work.
Ooh.
Jeez. Oh,
Make
AJ
sure.
Allmendinger right off
Now
the
it's-
bat. Oh, yes. AJ Allmendinger is a super speedway ace, Rod. I know it sounds weird to say. We know him as the road course guy, but AJ Allmendinger is very, very good on super speedways. Going back to, let's see, first we'll start with his price. He is at the cheap price of $6,900. Very nice.
Nice.
Go back and look at what he's done between Daytona and Talladega, right? Earlier this season at Talladega, he did finish 29th, but prior to that, he was sixth in the Daytona 500, and then he hadn't raced in the Cup Series since 2018 at Talladega, where he had a sixth, a third place at Daytona in 2018. He's got previous finishes of 10th, 8th, 3rd, 10th, 13th, 14th, even 21st, 17th, a 5th place, another 10th, a couple of 11ths, another 3rd place at Daytona. He is very good at super speedways. And to pull up his Atlanta stats here as well to see what he's done in, well, if I can get past all the ads that pop up. Of course, that's always got to be the part. I will, here we go. Atlanta, well, oh boy. Oh boy. I'm having some
Listen, and for those of you listening, hold on, for those of you listening on the normal podcast, we did this and it's random. So of course we don't know who's going to pop up. So you're learning with us. And that's why the tabs have got to fly open real quick, because we're doing this. Then we're trying it out. If you don't like it, tell us. That's fine. We won't do it again. But we thought for the super speedway, it'd be fun to bust out the wheel and try to get a little different.
Yeah, no, this is live. It's random. I mean, a lot of times, obviously, before we make our picks, we'll go through, we'll have the research, have all the stats right on hand. So got to do this on the fly. But AJ Allmendinger did finish 16th here in the fall. That's been his only start on the surface in the new configuration. So again, he is very good at getting you nice, solid finishes. He great play this week. So AJ Allmendinger 6,900. Again, you can pretty much make a case for anyone, but he's a guy that I really, really like and really want to target this week.
And for AJ, something's got to give. He's such a talented driver. I know that he gets in his head a lot. We always talk about the fact that he's a very emotional driver, that he drives with guts, and that he drives basically just pissed off a lot of the time. But, you know, for him, something's got to give. Something's got to turn around. A couple of decent finishes before this race, and I don't know, maybe it'll turn around, maybe it won't. But for DFS play, I'm there.
His last 6 races, too, he's not finished any worse than 17th. He finished 17th last week at Chicago. But, I mean, really, those aren't horrible finishes for you. He's scoring you some pretty decent points most weeks. Just 19 last week, but 45 the week before, 39 before that. Had a 26 in there, 42, 26, 42, 37. I mean, you have to go all the way back to Talladega. The last time he only had 6.2 points. So he's been on a pretty good run lately of some decent, solid finishes.
Yeah, and again, like I said, he's supposed to be my favorite driver. So I'm gonna like him, even though he probably hasn't done much for me lately. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, my turn to spin the wheel, Cody. Here we go. Who am I gonna get? You love this, don't you?
I do. This is great. Wheel
right,
spinning. Where's it going to stop at, Rod?
It's spinning. The 77 car.
Oh, boy.
Ty Dillon. Oh, my God. I get to defend Ty Dillon for this. Boy, they want me, don't they? Just to Ty Dillon, $4,900. I will tell you right now. Ty Dillon at $4,900. You want to know the case to make for Ty Dillon at $4,900? He probably won't lose you any points. That's about the size of Ty Dillon. So far this season, 17 points he's averaging. He has not gone negative, but twice in the entire. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 times in the entire season. The Daytona 500, he lost you 1 point. Let's see, the Worth 400, he lost you 15. And then let's see, one other time. At Echo Park, he lost you 3 points. Other than that, he's at least been in the positives. And listen, at $4,900, if he gets you 12 points, like he did a couple of weeks ago, that's 3 times. That's not bad. If he gets you 23 points, like he did at Sonoma, that's even better. Or 25 points in that he got you in the Enjoy Illinois, and that's even better for that too. It's just not sexy. Ty Dillon has not been a solid finisher in most of his career. This 77 car has been atrocious. In Atlanta, in the new configuration, he especially in the spring, he started 26th, finished 23rd in his only run in the 77. Not anything to speak of in the 42. He crashed out and DVP'd out of those two. So I guess the best case that I can make for the 77 car is that he probably won't lose you any points. And if you're going to go down that low, then that's probably what you're after, is somebody that's not going to lose you any points. And hell, again, if he gets you 20 some odd points at almost $5,000, that's 3-4 times the amount of what you're getting for him. So it's not bad. Daytona, terrible. Talladega, that's a bright spot for Ty Dillon. 14th.
Yeah, I mean, the case alone just to make 14th at Talladega, even the 23rd at Atlanta, like, those are good, solid finishes on a super speedway this season in the shittiest car on the track. I mean, it is generally the slowest car, which is not a bad thing at super speedways. He might be in the back, he might be out of the way, and he might not get in the big wrecks. Guys like this will not be popular because people don't want to play him. He's not going to start good. He doesn't have the raw speed in qualifying that he would need to start good. He's going to start near the back. He's a cheap punt play, but he can turn into a great play. We saw it with Landon Castle in the 77 car. I think it was last year. Ended up at that Daytona race in the fall. That was a mess. Ended up getting a 3rd or 4th place finish and had just a massive amount of points here on DraftKings. Ty Dillon, it's hilarious. It's funny, but he can be a good play. And in 2 of the 3 super speedways this season, he's already proved it. So again, there's not any bad plays out here. And Dillon is one of those plays that can be a huge difference maker for you. And like you said, if he starts at the back, he's going to have that very low floor, which is a positive as well, where he's not going to get you a bunch of negative points. If you can have all 6 of your cars with no negative points at the end of this, that's a victory in itself.
Yeah, 45 points in that Geico 500 where he finished 17th. So yeah, not bad for the price tag of $4,900, $4,800 for him there. So definitely something to look forward to there. Also something to look forward to is playing an Underdog Fantasy. My friends, that is exactly where you want to be right now. Underdog Fantasy. We're brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Best Ball Mania 4 is here. Underdog is giving away $15 million in prizes. Underdog Pick'em is also a great way to get down on your favorite MLB and NFL season player props. So many ways to win over on Underdog, and Underdog is available in so many states. You want to get in on the action right now? Head over to UnderdogFantasy.com. Use the promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit bonus up to $100. That's UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. We're going to have to work out the bugs. This gets a little wonky at this. Listen, thanks for sticking with us if you have so far. We'll work out the bugs on this one. This is the inaugural run of the wheel spin for us.
I love it. I think it's fun. I think it's great. Hit me with the next random one you're going to give me, Rod.
Here we go. Are you ready? And the wheel is spinning, spins around. And now if it lands on the same number as it did before, we'll obviously spin again. But if it gives you the 16 or the 7-7, I hope it doesn't. It is on the 15. Look at Cody. You get 16, now you get 15.
Oh, buddy.
Make a case.
Who's in the 15 this week? Is it
car.
JJ Yeley?
This week it's Yeley, I think. Yeah, let me
Yeley.
I'm gonna have so many tabs open on this one itself. It's ridiculous. It is JJ Yeley. Yep, in that Rick Ware car.
I mean, it's the same case that you could make for Ty Dillon, and I'll make the case for you. He finished 11th at Talladega earlier this season, Rod. Case closed. That's the possibilities you have, even with a guy like JJ Yeley in this. He completed every single lap and finished nice, solid in 11th place. Prior to that at Talladega, he had a 31st. He had a 25th there, a 26th. Even those aren't bad finishes. Sure, you got a 40 here at Daytona, 36. July 7th of 2019, he finished 12th place at Daytona. He has an 18th place finish in 2018, a 14th place finish at Talladega in 2015, a 13th place finish in Daytona in 2013, a 10th place finish earlier on in Daytona in 2013. He and you're going back to his Gibbs days, which actually he had some pretty decent runs there. But I mean, no, it's again, it's crazy to say, but JJ Yeley is a good play here. He finished 26th in the spring in this number 15 car. Started 34th, so you'll take that. That's again positive points for him. That's the only race he's run here in this configuration. But 4,700 again, he is the very bottom of the barrel. Well, BJ McLeod, I guess, is $100 cheaper, but JJ Yeley down near the bottom. But again, JJ Yeley is a good play this week, Rod. He offers you so much, and now, so if you're keeping this lineup right, we've got AJ Allmendinger at 6,900, Ty Dillon at 4,900, JJ Yeley at 4,700. We have an average of $11,100 per player. We could actually put the top 3 guys in this lineup at this point, but we're not going to, because we're just going to keep going random, and it's going to build us a lineup that has the potential to win. So far, this is looking like you need chaos. You need these guys to survive to the end. But how many times have we seen that at super speedways?
Well, let me tell you right now, the last few weeks for JJ Yeley. JJ Yeley, 13 points at $4,500, 30 points at $4,900, 47 points at $4,800. That's almost 10 times his salary.
16th at the Coke 600. I mean, again, it's
61 points that day, Cody.
Yeah, it's different.
Points.
It's different in that, that's not a super speedway race, but not different in the fact that he just lasted till the end and managed to get a good finish. People, it's fun to hate on JJ Yeley. Yeah, he's in shit boxes every week, but this guy used to race the number 18 Joe Gibbs racing car when he first came into the sport. He's been in the sport for 20 years. I mean, he has so much experience. Yes, he's in shit boxes all the time. Yes, they're usually slow, but that veteran experience works out very well for Yeley quite a few times on these types of speedways, super speedways. So I think Yeley, again, is a great play this week.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. We haven't gotten to one that, even with the low numbers, we haven't gotten to one that we dislike. All right, my turn. Let's spin again, shall we? And the wheels are spinning.
Come on, I wish I could number 5. Give me number 5. I want to hear Rod have to make a case for Kyle Larson.
Oh my God, please no. No, this one's actually a little bit even worse. The 33 car. I thought I took 33 out. I guess I must not have taken 33 out.
Doing another spin. Spin it again.
So for the 33 car, I swear to God, I took the 33 out. It must have not.
33, horrible play this
Sorry,
week.
Everybody listening out there.
I would not play the 33 car.
I would stay away from the 33.
Probably won't lose you any points. So I mean, there
47.
is that. But, here we go. This is an easy one.
Ricky Stenhouse. Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse needs a little more respect put on his name, I think. Especially he's averaging 30 fantasy points per race at $8,000, $7,900, but roughly $8,000. That's not bad. That's almost 4 times the value per race for Ricky Stenhouse. Rough week in Chicago. Okay, we'll chalk that up to being a rough week in Chicago. But he had 26 points the week before, 32 the week before that. Ricky Stenhouse has been one of those drivers that we laugh at, right? Because it's Ricky Stenhouse. But he won the Daytona 500, and since then has gone on to 5 top 10s at the very least. It's been a rough go for him as far as just finishing races and even from a betting standpoint. But like I said, not bad days in fantasy. Like I said, Chicago was bad. Nashville was not bad. Sonoma was actually pretty decent for Ricky Stenhouse. 32 points on a $5,900 salary. In the Coke 600, he had 42 points. So not bad at all. Atlanta, he actually had a 27th place start, finished in 17th. So not bad there either. That was 40 points for him. The following week at Coda, he had 48, right? So another good day for me. Finished 7th there. Bristol Dirt 4th, Martinsville 8th. He's no stranger to actually putting in good DFS days, is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Daytona 500, like I said, the one he won, he got 81 points for you. That's a super speedway. He did that there. So not a bad idea there. 4,900 in the Geico 500. So again, Ricky Stenhouse, not a bad play, especially given the fact that he is only $7,900 this week. I foresee at least a top 15 for Ricky Stenhouse, and depending on where he starts, that could be a pretty decent place differential for him as well. And who knows, he could find his way to glory like he did in Daytona and cash in for you. And that 47 might be right in your steak ticket. Steak ticket. Jesus Christ, Rod.
It's
Abuse
been
the
a
English
long week,
language,
Rod.
why don't you?
Yeah, but no, I mean, you made all the case you need to make for Stenhouse. Obviously, he won the Daytona 500. Like, you don't need to look much farther than that. He knows how to get it done. He's got multiple career wins on super speedways, and knows how to do this kind of racing. He's done it in the old car. He's done it in the new car. So yeah, Stenhouse a good play, and only 7,900. Again, you're still getting a pretty good value for him there.
You certainly are. Cody, you ready for another one?
Hit me, Rod.
All right, here we go.
Just don't land on the
And
5
the
car, please.
wheel keeps spinning. This is a resource hog, Cody. I apologize already. It's a resource hog because it spins and it spins and it spins and it takes away all the resources. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Cody gets the number 12. Hold on. Go ahead, Cody. It's fortuitous that it landed on 12 for you.
It's amazing that it lands on number 12 for me. Ryan Blaney, super speedway ace. Let me read you up. First of all, he is $9,700. Easy peasy. That fits into this lineup very easily. Let me read you off his Daytona and Talladega stats all the way back to April of 2021, Rod. 2nd, 8th, 2nd, 15th, 11th, 4th, 15th, 1st, and 9th. That is about as good as it gets for consistency, making it to the end and finishing these races. Again, the most important thing in DFS, the most important thing in betting on these races, make it to the end. Let's see. He actually has, well, that goes back too far anyways, but he's got the best average finish since 2000 at Atlanta. But in the spring, finished 7th place here. Last fall, finished 5th place here. Even last spring, 17th place. He's finishing all of these races on super speedways. That is so important. Ryan Blaney is one of the top plays in DFS this weekend because he gives you that ability to lead a lot of laps, much like his teammate Joey Logano did earlier this season. Gives you the ability to finish good, even possibly win the race. And he avoids the chaos and makes it to the end. The most important piece in super speedway racing. Ryan Blaney, 9,700. Absolutely love that play, Rod.
One of 4 drivers with 11 top 10 finishes this season. I mean, for Ryan Blaney, this is one of those rock solid guys that you can pretty much load up and expect good days. Now, granted, people are going to be off of him probably because of the last couple of weeks, right? The last couple of weeks have been absolutely horrible for Ryan Blaney. Actually, the last 3 weeks, starting at Sonoma, 31st, 36th, 33rd. He's lost your points in 2 or 3 of those races. But before that, 69 points, 128 points, 44, 46. He is a good step down from the $11,000 range that, or the $10,000 and $11,000. Well, $10,000 for this race, $10,000 range of the Bushes, the Elliots, and the Larsons and the Loganos. He's definitely a nice salary relief for that. So love me some Ryan Blaney this week as well. Cody, my turn to spin this wheel. Spin it again. And now it's going to eat into resources and lag. I said, I'll get better at this, guys. We'll get better at this.
We might have to go old school and bring out the hat next time, Rod.
Yeah, let's do that. It's a lot less fun for everybody to watch, but we'll figure that out.
Hey,
all right, I get the number 2. Holy Austin Cindric,
right.
ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. I like it. Austin Cindric.
Austin Cindric is at right now $7,300. And Austin Cindric, I can tell you, finished 6th place last week in Chicago. A really good finish for him. It's been difficult for the number 2 car, and we've kind of laughed about him at betting avenues across the way. Earlier in Daytona, only started 6th and finished 23rd. Only got you 2 points that day. And then for Talladega, got you 6 points. So hasn't been good for this 2-car so far when it comes to super speedways this season. But of course, we know that 2-car can win in super speedway situations, as he's done it before, right? Austin Cindric won the 2022 Daytona 500, so we know that he can do it. That season, he actually went on to finish 21st at Talladega, and then he went on to also finish, third at the following Daytona, so a good finish there. He went from 17th place in the fall Talladega race to a 9th place finish. So he's got the chops to be able to race his way to the front. The problem is this season, can he do it? Because like I said, it's been a pretty rough go for Austin Cindric up until last week. Some pretty poor showings for that 2-car. Has us scratching our heads, figuring out what went wrong. 27th at Nashville, 25th at Sonoma, 13th at Gateway, not bad, but 31st at Charlottesville. I keep saying Charlottesville. Charlotte. 19th at Darlington, 31st at Kansas, 26th at Dover, 26th at Dega. Like I said, it's been rough for Austin Cindric, but Atlanta could be the thing that turns this last Chicago race could be the thing that turned him around and give him some confidence going into Atlanta. And so for his price, again, at $7,300, all you need for him to do is have a pretty decent day and have a nice solid finish like he has before on super speedways. If he wins, all the better, right?
Yeah, and he's got that potential to win. We know this Penske team is really good at super speedways. You go back and look, right? He's got 7 starts between Daytona and Talladega. He's never finished worse than 26, which he did earlier this year at Talladega. That's still not a bad finish. He's making it to the end of these races. In 4 of those races, he's finished inside the top 15. Like you said, he's got the win at Daytona. He's got a 3rd at Daytona. He's got a 9th at Talladega. Those are all great finishes. You go and look what he's done at Atlanta here. 11th in the spring, 3rd last summer, I guess, in that race. 32nd the first time out here. Again, that's going to happen. He got caught up in a wreck. But, yeah, he's not a bad play at all. And he's the type of guy people forget about. And then they watch this type of race, and they're like, oh, yeah, this guy's really good at super speedways. And it's too late because they already missed playing him. Austin Cindric, I would highly suggest as a good play. That fills out a lineup for us, Rod. We're leaving $8,600 on the table, and I don't feel bad about it at all. I feel, again, we don't have starting positions yet, but it don't matter. I'm playing this lineup anyways because randomness is the name of the game. Even if these guys all start at the front, maybe it's a race that goes clean, and then they end up finishing up there. If they all start in the middle, maybe they happen to survive the chaos. If they all start in the back, if you get a good mixture, it doesn't matter because it's all random, and all these guys are good plays in their own right. AJ Allmendinger, 6,900. Ryan Blaney, 9,700. Austin Cindric, 7,300. Ty Dillon, 4,900. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 7,900. And JJ Yeley, he's going to take down some big contests this week, 4,700. That fills up a lineup for us, Rod.
I love it. Did you have fun? Was that fun? I think that was a lot of fun.
That was a blast. A lot of fun. We got to work on the lagging part, the resource hog, but it was still a lot of fun. We powered through it. Thanks for hanging with us. And I like it. I like getting put on the spot and having to come up with a story on these guys and why to play them or why not if it would have landed on Kyle Larson.
Hey, it keeps us on our toes. And listen, at least 4 of those guys are guys we don't necessarily talk about all the time. So it definitely made us kind of dig deeper into the bag of tricks, as it were, to pull out some stats for these guys. So I liked it too. Hopefully you guys liked it. Leave it in the comments. Did you like the wheel? Did you want to see more of it in these super speedway type of situations? Yeah, just let us know because I'll do it. We'll work on a better way to do it next time.
Absolutely. I'll just bring my daughter down here, have her draw a couple lineups for us.
Perfect. I love it. All right. Well, Cody, I think that's a good place to end this. I think this is a good way to end the week. I think it was a fun way to end the week, and I think we can send people off to build their DFS lineups and have a good time doing it.
Yeah, I think so. I think, again, I've made lineups that way. I have my daughter draw lineups. I'll have my wife draw lineups. I'll ask my daughter to pick numbers between 1 and 99, fill out lineups that way. Like Annie look around the room or watch TV, whatever random numbers you see, like make it a fun game and see what ends up hitting for you. It's a lot of fun. Have fun playing DFS this weekend. Get in the Discord sg.pn/discord. We'll have our $5 game posted over there. This is the week, right? If you're intimidated to do it on a normal week or whatever, this is the week. Nobody has an advantage. It is that random and that much fun. So yeah, come and join us.
Hell, buy a Powerball ticket. Use those to build your lineup, and then hopefully win the Powerball too. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's actually a pretty good idea. I think I'm going to go get one of those now.
And then fill out your DFS lineup with those numbers. It'd be fantastic.
Exactly. I love it.
I do too. All right, Cody. Well, then let's go ahead and send everybody off on their way. Remind everyone where they can find you on social media in the process.
Yep. Follow me on Twitter at Husker_Zeeb. You can find all of my work over there. There is all kinds of stuff out right now. Got some NFL articles out, some stuff with the Underdog, the Rivals, the Pick'em games, all of that for NFL season long stuff. Check me out on Through the Gears with Mark from Skybox over there on the Friday show. Sunday morning, follow my Twitter at Husker_Zeeb. We'll be jumping on with Mr. Rye Cape himself on the NASCAR report, breaking down the Atlanta race before it happens. And been a fun week. Check out the F1 Gambling Podcast as well. Got some great plays for you over there. Been having a lot of success on F1 here lately. Man, Atlanta Super Speedway, I love it. And then we get a short flat track next week. It's not to look too far ahead, but they're keeping us on our toes, Rod.
Yeah, they are, and we love it. I love being on my toes because it makes me taller, so I love that as well. Follow me on Twitter at RJ Villagomez. Link in the bio to everything I got going on, whether it's here, in between media, the back road is up. Me, Seth, and Elliot break down Atlanta and get you set up there as well. And then, of course, my article forthcoming in for frequency's sakes, our newsletter. Keep an eye out for that on my Twitter as well. Once again, if you liked it, let us know. We'll keep doing more of it in the future and have some fun with it. But until next week, when we recap this wild Atlanta ride, we'll see ya. And let's go racing and let it ride.